Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For you who are new here, I'm John, CIO and founder. You can check out in the description section and know more about me. I'm not really a YouTuber, but I'm here to give you values. I want to tell you the reason in this video. I'm going to share you that why you should consider buying a social enterprise. Because some of you are already thinking about setting up a new startup, or somebody who are already working in professional careers and corporates, and now you're thinking about you want to be an employee to a businessman. So in that transition, why you should consider about buying over a failed one rather than just completely buying from the ground zero, because it's way too dangerous. Because when you're setting up a company from ground zero rather than you buying over a failed one, and you have a lot of resources available. So in this video, I'm going to tell you that if you're more transitioning from employees or in corporates or in other companies and want to be a businessman, move in the quadrant of that business owner or investor side, this is a really great piece of video. Because in this video, I will tell you that why you should buy over a social enterprise. If you're looking to interesting about a company, a failed startup, there is another video about this one. Check out my channel. It's also going to go live too. You can look up in the top left corner somewhere there, and you'll pop up. You can click and you can watch that video after this one too. So this is what you want, right? You want to move to become a businessman. You want a startup owner beside your corporate life right now. You want that, right? Okay, we found the right video. Let's get started. After working like last 15 years in IT field, this is what I realized. What is IT? Yeah. Sure. Make it happen. Thank you. So let's give a big hand to these student leaders to bring the training to you. Why don't you give a big hand to them? So the number one reason is this one. Branding. So when you are an employee, everybody knows that you are a corporate employee or CEO or management. So that's your branding. So when you start up a new startup, your branding is zero. Nobody knows it. And more importantly, everybody know you as a corporate professionals. They don't know you as a businessman. So this is something a very clear distinguishing, because you have spent last 5, 10, 15, 20 years to build that personal brand. And now suddenly you are acting like a businessman. And you're starting a startup. So most of the people already can get the sense that you are not gonna be successful, because 90% reason 90% time all the startup became failed and they don't work well, right? Because it doesn't make profitable and they cannot sustain themselves. But the thing is, when you're already buying over a failed social enterprise, or there is a small social enterprise, not failed even, if you buy it over, it's already have a brand and it will have a proper connection. So you can build on top of it and going on, because there is one of the reasons is when there is successful people, that way defined, successful people should have a social enterprise. And that could turn into business, because at the end of the day, it's a social business as well. So it could be profitable as well. And you can have professional lives and also have a social enterprise too. And it comes with your brand as a social enterprise, and you can connect to your brand and can leverage that one rather than you add your old blood to completely another place and nobody know you in that one. So you have the branding. So that was the number one reason. Number two, tax benefits. Depending where you are in all over the world. In Europe, America, South Asia, and Australia, doesn't matter. Every region there is some tax benefit for the social enterprises. Government gives special kind of incentives and low tax benefits, lower tax numbers for the social enterprise, because the government want people to solve the social problem. Because at the end of the day, the governments are the main responsible to solving the social problem, because everybody is focusing about revenue and ROI. The social enterprise will focus about solving social problem rather than just only ROI, because based on the countries, 51 minimum to 90% of the revenue will stay in the company and focus on about giving back to the community and going to the people who work in the social enterprise. So you can get a good tax benefits when you actually buying over a social enterprise. Number three, you have a team. This is very important, because when you are alone, you are an employee. Or when you're alone, you are a self-employed person at best. But when you want to be setting up a business, you need a team. If you don't have a team, you will not be able to produce over scale. And it's so much difficult for you to become a good team, because every successful corporate are the skilled people, or other professionals. They want to work for a stable company who already became successful. Nobody wants to work with you. And secondly, they know that you are another employee too. And suddenly you're setting up a startup, and they know that 90% of the startup fail. So why they should join you? So it's so much challenging for you to spend a lot of time, resources, money to hunt the team and set it up. So rather than doing this one, you can actually just take over a failed startup or social enterprise or running a social enterprise, and you have a team and you can have them in, and as you are successful in a professional, you can bring some professional skill to build a process to take it flying. Much easier and less risky. So number 4 reason is you are already like a self-employed person. You have your own business, right? But you're self-employed. You run work all the time. But now you're thinking about having the second business. Buying over a social enterprise is the best option when you're looking to acquire a second business who can support you. Like an example, let's say you are a doctor and you have a clinic and you're running it, right? But now if you open up another social enterprise who work on the health sector, can really help you to bring more clients to your clinics. Plus, you can actually create new other businesses around your clinic, because your clinic already probably around 5 to 10 years of time, and you have a little of data of the passion, and you can bring them to cross-sell other kind of social norm thing into them, and also social product. And then when they're buying your product, those passions are also more valuable about and more motivated to come to your clinic, because they see that you are giving more than just only giving their treatments. You could do it for dentists, even you are doing for another account, let's say you were on HR, or recruitment services, or you were doing like an example, food, and you could offer any health. Or let's say if you're running another business let's say you have a restaurant, and you can have a social enterprise back of you, and that can help you, the first business, to be more successful, and acquire the second business who also generate revenue as well too. The 5th reason, the low-cost acquisition is really because when you want to open up a new second business, you're thinking about ROI. And when you are considering to buying over a startup is comparatively always more expensive compared to the social business, because it depends on the volumes. Normally, in overall, a failed social enterprise will be less expensive compared to a failed profitable startup. So you should be considering, then this is the way you could save money if you have a low money. Like an example, that's why I'm saying that if you're in a corporate professionals, because of layout for some other reason, you lost your job and now you're looking for a new job, and then you could buy over a social enterprise, put it aside, spend some time to build it up when you're looking for the new jobs, and when you're actually 3 to 6 months of time you have a new jobs, by the time you could set it up already and it's already can run without you, and that could be really profitable. And the last reason of this one is this one, the passionate team, the people who work for employees in a startup or corporate for money, finance, and career growth. But the people who work in the social enterprise, they are very passionate. So they are really passionate about what they do, and they really love what they're making, and they're really impact driven. So if you have such kind of passionate people and can bring them the nets of safety and nets of leaderships and your professional skill which you build in 5-10 years of time, it could be going rock speed. And like an example, the other tips I gave it to you, which can be a side business that there's very, very low risk to be failed on that acquisition. You want that, right? So buy over a social enterprise which is failed or running in a small scale, and you can be add-on and you can scale it up and be successful. If you have more questions about this, how to acquire this one, how to do the estimate how much you should pay. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment below. I'd love to give you an advice. At the same time, if you have more tips about how to buy a social enterprise, go ahead and comment your or advices. I would love to interact with you and become your friends as well too. And here's the point. You want to be successful, you want to scale. So rather than creating a completely ground zero business, buying over a startup or social enterprise is way less risky to become successful. You want that, right? Because you want to be successful. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and crush it, and I would love to give you my big claps. And here's my thumbs up. All the best. See you soon.